So the type of video that I'm going to be doing today is going to be pretty different from what I've done before, because I've never actually done a review before, and that's really nothing that I've ever intended to do on this channel. But today I'm going to be reviewing something really cool, and that is something that a very popular brand amongst PC enthusiasts and water cooling enthusiasts, this brand known as EK Water Blocks, has released a product that is going to get custom water cooling into the hands of more people than ever before. EK has released similar products to this in kit formats. That's nothing new to them. What's really special about this kit is that it is a lot cheaper to manufacture due to the material that it's made of, and that is aluminum. Typically, EK products are made out of copper and nickel, much more expensive metals and much more expensive metals to manufacture water blocks with. So today I'm going to be doing a review on the EK A240G custom water cooling kit. And why this kit is so special is because it is a CPU block, a GPU block, and it's a full custom loop right in the box. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I really want to talk about is the aesthetics aspect. And boy, did EK not skimp out. EK has taken their trademark CPU water block, the Supremacy Evo, and turned it into what is now called the Supremacy AX water block. And as I mentioned before, it's made out of aluminum, much cheaper to manufacture, and they were able to bring it to the masses this way. The water block looks very similar to the already popular Supremacy Evo, except the only thing that's contacting the CPU is now aluminum, and everything else on the outside looks pretty much the same. It is also a lot more lightweight. This also applies to the graphics card block. Now, the graphics card block is extremely special in itself because EK has done something which has been done before by other companies, but what they have done is they have made a water block compatible with the Founders Edition PCB of the GTX 1070, 1080, 1080 Ti, and Titan X Pascal. So 4 GPUs right out of the box that this water block is compatible with, and that is really cool. And again, they're setting out to do is get custom water cooling to people who typically can't afford it, because if you look at EK's website, it's not cheap. Typically alone for a water block for a graphics card, for even a GTX 1080, you're going to be spending at least $120 or more, and that's without a backplate. This kit includes a backplate for your graphics card, which is amazing because now in 2017, a backplate is a must for a graphics card. It's not only aesthetically pleasing, but it also applies rigidity to the card, helping to prevent sagging. And this is especially useful if you're air cooling and the air cooler on your card is typically a lot larger, say on the Aorus graphics cards from Gigabyte, or any of the extreme gaming cards from Gigabyte. They have very large heat sinks and can be very heavy. Now, I'll talk about the radiator for just a second. It's just a standard 240mm radiator. I chose to do a pull configuration simply for the fact that cleaning is going to be a lot easier. I won't need to take my entire loop apart to be able to clean my radiator. Since I have the NZXT S340, all I'll have to do is pop off the front, pop off the dust filter, and I can easily get to the radiator right there, and cleaning will be very simple. Also, they've included 2 of their EK Vardar fans at 850 RPM, and these are very powerful fans and also very quiet. And I'm gonna get to an audio sample here in a minute of the system at idle and under load, and I ran a benchmark using Unigine Heaven to try and heat up the GPU as hot as I could get it, and I was very pleased with the results. Those who are very knowledgeable about custom water cooling may think that aluminum is not a good thing to use in a custom loop. The only issue that you would have if you were to use aluminum in your loop is if you were to mix it with other metals. EK has made every single part of this kit aluminum. The CPU block, the GPU block, the radiator, and even down to the fittings on each part of the loop is all made out of aluminum. Again, reducing cost and making compatibility very easy, because down the line, I'm going to provide screenshots. EK has said themselves that they plan on putting out more radiators in the future to expand this kit. So I myself plan on adding a 120mm radiator in between my GPU and CPU, just because I don't like the fact that all the hot water gets carried from my graphics card and directly to my CPU, so it's not getting the coldest water that it could. And in some scenarios, like when I'm playing a game that's gotten very popular recently called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I can see my CPU hit 40 degrees at certain points, which isn't bad by any means. 40 degrees is very safe, but for water cooling that could be a little bit lower. Now, my graphics card, at the hottest that I've ever seen it get is 55 degrees under full load, and that was for 20 to 25 minutes of just Unigine Heaven benchmarking and several hours of play sessions in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. My card would never exceed 55 degrees Celsius, and that is at 1080p and 144 Hz. With the GPU and CPU only being handled by a 240mm radiator, I'd say those temperatures are rather impressive. I use NZXT Cam to monitor my temperatures, and even my idle temperatures I've been very happy with. My graphics card idles at 35 degrees Celsius, and that's running two displays, one at 1080p 144 Hz and another at 1080p 60 Hz. My CPU idle and load temperatures will change whenever I add the 120mm radiator, and I may make another video down the line whenever that becomes an option and I'm able to add that to my loop. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short review of the EK A240G kit. I'll provide links in the description to where you can find it. I'll provide a Newegg link and a link directly to EK's Fluid Gaming website, where you can see even more information about the kits, find out what's going to be compatible for you if you're interested, and where you can pick them up. So stick around for the last bit of the video, and I'll see you later. What's going on, guys? Dad Hairline here, and if you've seen a previous video, you've seen that I recently upgraded to an i5 6600K and GTX 980 Ti. Here is that said GTX 980 Ti. Back when this thing first came out, it retailed for anywhere between $700 and $750 about 2 years ago. Pretty much the successor to this card, with a significant performance increase, power consumption, is the GTX 1080 and 1070. Well, I haven't had this card for much longer than a month or so, and it's kind of died on me. No reason why, I can't explain what happened to it, why it died. I've done a lot of testing on it to try and figure out why it died, but just in the middle of playing, just one night, my computer shut off and wouldn't come back on with the graphics card installed. I removed it and did a lot of troubleshooting just to find out that this thing is dead. A once $750 GPU, completely dead, and I've since replaced it with a GTX 1070. We're gonna do something a little fun with this thing today. As you can see here, we have Chase, one of our other members of Garbage Tendencies, and this is his was it a R700? Remington R700 sniper rifle, and as I've pre-mentioned, this is the 980 Ti. So I guess it's time we say our goodbyes. So as you can see now, here's what remains of the 980 Ti. Just a whole lot of shredded aluminum, pierced PCB and copper, and actually Chase managed to puncture the GPU itself directly and have a clean piercing here. Got a nasty exit wound right here and 2 more down here at the bottom of the card. So if it didn't work before, it definitely doesn't work now. I would think it'd be safe to say. It's just not much you can do after your graphics card dies except put a bunch of bullets in it, I suppose. What do you think, Chase?
Well, I think if you just water cool it.
You think water cooling it'll fix the... I think, yeah, maybe a little bit of water ought to be able to fix that damage. I think you're onto something.
I don't see why not.
Alright guys, if you like the video, leave a like. If you think tech destruction is completely stupid and pointless, then leave a dislike, I guess. And get subscribed if you're not already, and we will see you in the next one.
Subscribe or I shoot myself.